This problem has to do with finding the 5-number summary for some data that they give us. So the first thing I would do is I would click on the little icon there and copy our data over into a clipboard and paste it into Excel. So I have my data. The next thing I'd probably do is sort the data from biggest to smallest. I think it already is sorted for us. It looks like it already is, so we don't have to do that. We could have come over here and said smallest to largest, but it's already all done. Okay, so for the 5-number summary, the first number is always the minimum value of the data. So we can tell right here it's 2. So I'm going to come over and type a 2 in there. The last number is the maximum value of the data. Oh, look, it's a 55. So I'm going to type a 55 there. Now there's 3 numbers in the middle, and they happen to be Q1, Q2, and Q3. So the way you find that is you come on over into Excel. I usually click on the cell at the bottom of the data. I click on FX, the insert function button. I go on over to statistical for categories, and I'm going to look for a function called quartile. I have a little bit older version of Excel on here, but the quartile that you would want if you're working on the computers at school is quartile.inc, Inc. Okay, so you'd be clicking on quartile.inc, and you click OK. And the next thing you got to do is tell it Excel, oh, what data am I talking about? So highlight your data. So it's A1 colon A13. Those are the values that I had. Now it's really easy to find the first quartile, which is equivalent to P25, which means what's the data value that 25% is less than and 75% is greater than. You just type a 1 in next to quart. Oh, it's 5. Go on over here and type a 5 in. To get Q2, what do you think? You just type a 2 in. Q2 is equivalent to P50, is equivalent to the medium. It's the data value where half the data is less and half the data is greater, and it happens to be 15 in this case. So I'm typing in a 15, and then I'm coming back over here, and what do you think? Q3, which is equivalent to P75, which means what's the data value that 75% is less than and 25% is greater than? Oh, it's a 17. So I'm going to type a 17 in here, and I'm going to cross my fingers and click check answer, and I got it right. That's good. Now, the next thing they want is something called the interquartile range. All that is, it's Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 is 17, 17 minus a 5. I think I can do this one in my head. I think it's a 12. And I'm going to check the answer. Good, we got it done. Now, outliers. How do we figure out the outliers? Well, they tell us, they said, consider an outlier to be a value that is above Q3 by an amount greater than 1.5 times the interquartile range, which we just figured out as 12. So, all right, let's bring up the calculator. Well, let's clear it out. We want to do 1.5 times our interquartile range of 12. That's equal to 18. Okay, so 1.5 times the interquartile range is 18. So they said an outlier is a value that is above Q3 by an amount greater than 18. Okay, our QT is 17. 17 plus 18, let's see, what is that? 17 plus 18, that's equal to 36. Is there any data value that's above Q3 by 1.5 times the interquartile range? Yeah, because 36 is the high. 55 is way above 36, right? So I would say that 55 is definitely an outlier. Okay, let's see if that's the right answer. And it is.